Between the ages of 2 and 5, my family lived in a house that a family friend was renting out. It was a nice house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a big kitchen. The whole package deal for only $250 a month, and that included the utilities. We were told when we moved in that there were only 2 floors. The ground floor and the upstairs floor where the bedrooms were. I remember when we first moved in and I was exploring the backyard, I had seen a window down at the very bottom of the house. For some reason, it had unnerved me so badly I immediately burst into tears. Since my parents couldn't get me to explain what had spooked me, they simply took me inside to calm down. This window was a source of fear and unease for me until we moved out when I was 5. My parents assumed that I would grow out of it, and I did, but not until we moved out. I can never place why it creeped me out so badly, but I avoided that part of the yard like the plague. My most vivid memory of my childhood happened in this house. I had been asleep in bed one night when a strange thump from downstairs woke me up. I've always been a light sleeper, but I fell back asleep too quickly for the thud to really make any difference. I woke up, again, to a heavy, awkward breathing in my ear and someone kneeling next to my bed. When I opened my eyes, I saw the pale, thin face of a man peering back at me. I screamed, he booked it, and my parents brushed it off as a nightmare, but let me sleep in their room for the rest of the night. A week later, my 13-year-old sister woke everyone in the house by screaming at the top of her lungs. She claimed she woke up to a man matching the one I had seen crawling into her bed. She described his breathing exactly as I remembered it, causing me to burst into tears. My parents were not pleased. My sister and I slept in their room. Food disappeared really quickly. Mom always just said that it was having 2 growing children and my dad in the house. Sometimes things would be moved from where we left them the night before, but that was also brushed off. My sister assumed the house was haunted. My parents just assumed that she was being paranoid. For the next couple of years this continued on. Food disappeared, things were moved, and we occasionally had nightmares about the strange man. When we tried to convince our parents that we weren't just dreaming, they brushed us off and insisted we were. This obviously caused a lot of tension between my sister and my parents. The night of my sister's 16th birthday came the encounter that brought about the end of our stay there. My sister woke us again, screaming at the top of her lungs, but it cut out too quickly to be normal. My parents, concerned, went to check on my sister and found a strange man in dirty clothing pinning her down and covering her mouth with his hand. A fight broke out between the man and my dad, but the man was nearly 72 and weak from starvation. It didn't last long, and soon enough the man was subdued and the cops were called. My mom kept my sister and I in the living room while the cops checked the rest of the house for more people and signs of the man breaking in. Instead, they found a door leading into an unfinished basement. When closed, it blended in with the wall, enough that, unless you knew it was there, you would have never seen it. We never even noticed it, and apparently the family friend who owned the house hadn't even known about it. The one little room was full of pictures of my sister and I in the yard, taken from that basement window. The reason I had always been so frightened of that window came to light. The man had been taking photos of us for years. The first day I must have seen a flash of some kind, or maybe even the man himself. The man was mentally unstable and claimed that he was in love with my sister, and that I was their perfect son. He also claimed that since my sister was now 16, that she was old enough to give him another child. I'm not certain what happened, but I do think that he was sent to an asylum instead of a prison. Out of the many fucked up things that ever happened to me over my life, this one still takes the cake.